All right, so listen, I like the HomePod 2 speakers. The sound quality is off the chain. It's amazing, but there's a difference that nobody is talking about when it comes to using them as a single speaker versus a stereo speaker, and which is best to have within your setup. So let's talk about it. So this is the second gen of Apple's version of a smart home speaker or a smart home hub. Now the price of the HomePod speaker is gonna run you around $299 US, which I'm not gonna lie is a pretty hefty price tag if you're trying to get two of them for your stereo pair setup. So let's go ahead and see what $299 gets you when it comes to the unboxing experience. Check this out. Apple HomePod speakers. Man, I just set them on my desk and they matching all the features. Got them clean in midnight color like the bottom of my sneakers. Got 5 array mics and a couple of them tweeters. We gone. Braided cable so you know that it's strong. Single dual pair of movies or songs. Bases here can't go wrong. Apple delivered on the second time around. Okay. Superior quality, man, with even better sound. Squad. And there you have it, Apple HomePod speakers. Follow for more. I want to tell you guys about a group chat that I started where I share new music drop that's going to be coming here on the channel before anybody else hears it, like the one you heard in this video. The people that's in the group chat, they already heard it before it even dropped here in this video. To be part of this, all you guys got to do is text room 21 to the number that's right here on the screen, and boom, just like that, man, you in there and you're going to be added to the list instantly with everybody else. And you're going to go ahead and get that exclusive content as well. So text that to that number real quick and let me know, and welcome to Room 21. All right, so enough about all of that. Let's go ahead and get back into the HomePod speakers. So when it comes to the colors, you can only get them in 2 different colors. You can get them in midnight, like you guys are seeing right here, and then you can get it in a white color. Unlike its little brother with the HomePod Mini, you can actually get those in a good amount of color options. But unfortunately, with the HomePod, you only get them in 2. Now, this part here, I want to break down into 2 separate parts. Now, I want to talk about the sound quality from just using it as a single speaker to using it as a stereo pair. Now, when you guys are using this as a single speaker, the sound quality 100% is out of this world. It is bananas. It is crazy. It sounds really good. I felt like whether I was listening to music, a podcast, audiobooks, a movie, TV show, no matter what, the sound quality was legit, y'all. Now, I think if you guys are looking at buying this speaker for its audio quality as a single speaker for any room, I promise you, you won't be disappointed at all. I personally felt like for podcasts, audiobooks, which is something I've been really into right now, like the mids within the speakers, voices were really clear. And for music as well as movies, I personally like to listen to, has a lot of bass and different things like that in it. And I felt like the low ends in that department sounded amazing as well. But if you guys are looking to take it a step further in that whole sound experience and you want to take it to a whole nother level and through the roof, then I recommend you guys get them as a stereo setup. 100% y'all, it's the wave, and it's the only way that I prefer to actually listen to anything when it comes to these speakers. But I need y'all to keep in mind that will cost you $600+ to get this setup right here, which might put other considerations in play like Sonos, Sony, as well as Philips as well. Whenever I was listening to music, audiobooks, podcasts, and movies and TV shows, I promise y'all, sound quality, I'm not capping, I'm not lying. Honestly, y'all, it blew me away, especially for watching movies in Dolby Atmos. It is definitely by far something you have to hear and experience for yourself, because Apple, I felt like, does a really good job with how they move as well as bounce audio around a room such as like an office or a bedroom like this one. Now, I will be honest with you guys, I did not get the opportunity to test this speaker here in larger areas like a living room, but I would imagine if you had higher ceilings that the sound will still carry as well as bounce properly around the room, and it's going to sound really good in there as well. Now, the next thing we got to talk about when it comes to the speaker that I'm going to be honest with you guys, I really wasn't a fan of it, and that is the connectivity when Apple decided to use AirPlay as a feature for connectivity over Bluetooth. When it comes to a single speaker, I felt like the connectivity was actually really good. It has a feature that I like where you can easily transfer over the audio that you guys may be listening to over your iPhone and transfer it right over to the speaker by just walking up and holding your phone over top of the speaker. That experience was smooth, didn't have any problem with that at all. However, when you guys pair 2 of these up as a stereo pair, this is where things kind of went left for me and my experience got tainted, and it's something that I really want you guys to be aware of, as it is one out of the 2 reasons why I've personally decided to return these speakers, and it has to deal with the connectivity when you have dual speakers paired up. Whenever I would have music playing, and let's say for example I would scrub the music to skip forward like 1 minute, right? it would take a while to start playing again, and sometimes no audio would actually be coming through the speakers, although my phone is clearly showing that the song is playing. Or even sometimes I've seen it to where it's only playing audio out of one of the two speakers, and then maybe 30 or 40 seconds later, the second speaker would like catch up and catch on, and sometimes it would never actually catch up or catch on, and I'll just have to like try to disconnect it and reconnect it, close out the music app and try to reopen it and try to repair it. It just became a whole thing. And the same thing came whenever I was watching movies. Although the sound quality is great, but it's like as soon as you skip forward in a TV show or a movie, it's like the speakers would just lose the connection, and I would have to switch the audio back to the TV speakers and then switch it back to the HomePod speakers in order to try to get it to reconnect several times. And to me, for $600, this was not a good experience for me. Also, the fact that I have a Mac Mini, a MacBook Pro, or any Apple computers for that matter, I'm not able to natively connect these speakers up to them using AirPlay without having to go through a whole workaround to get that to work, because it is possible to do, but you do have to go through a crazy workaround in order to get it actually to work. And so for me, it not natively working on Apple products that I felt like it should be working on was not a good experience to me when it comes to connectivity and to their own ecosystem as a whole. Now, this next topic has to deal with what devices I'm able to use these on, and is honestly the second reason why I've decided to return these and why I feel like this product will flop again for Apple. And it has to deal with only being able to use these with Apple TV when it comes to wanting to use these with your television. Now, I do understand that these were never meant to be used with your TV, as it is strictly a hub for Apple HomeKit for smart home products like Philips Hue lights, or if you guys have smart locks in your home, or thermostats and different things like that. But when the sound quality is as good as these are, and again, I praise Apple for the sound quality out of these because they're good, which is why it's hard for me to give Apple a pass when they know people will want to use these as regular speakers for any audio experience, whether it's music, podcasts, movies, TV shows, or other stuff. See, the issue I have with not being able to just Bluetooth this to my TV is for someone that's like me, right? I'm using the TV that you guys see is the LG OLED C2 television. And for me, all the popular apps like Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus are all built into this TV. And most televisions today, where you really don't need Apple TV or any type of app-based media boxes like this to be able to view the content that I want to watch. So to me, I felt like a lot of these media boxes or sticks are kind of like obsolete today and useless unless you guys are using something like Kodi or any other type of apps for you guys to be able to watch your TV shows or movies on, right? But besides that, most TVs nowadays have the apps built in, and they run pretty smooth. So the fact that these are limited to only using AirPlay to connect to the Apple TV in order for you guys to use these speakers with your current televisions, to me is just not the wave, and it's the reason why I'm returning these and looking at either getting a Sony soundbar, Sonos soundbar, or that new Philips soundbar system that I saw at CES this year. Now, I'll keep you guys posted on my review and do a video on the best alternative HomePod options for your entertainment setup. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that video and get in on the group chat, so that way you're gonna know exactly when that video comes out. Now, this next part I have to be transparent with you guys about in this video and let you all know I'm mainly a Google Assistant user, as majority of my smart home devices are connected under Google Home as my personal choice for virtual voice assistants. But I did use Siri during my testing for a couple of commands, and for the most part, when it came to setting reminders, asking to find my phone a few times that I lost it, I'm not gonna lie, I lose my phone a lot, y'all, and a couple of other HomeKit things, it worked out pretty good. So I would say if you guys are getting this for the main purpose of the speaker, then you won't necessarily be disappointed. However, I did find that as a Google Assistant user, that Siri, in my personal opinion, still can't compete with Google Assistant, as I felt like Siri still hasn't really evolved into the virtual assistant that I wanted it to be. Some things it just couldn't get right or answer, but I will say, using the far field technology that it has in order to be able to hear me over loud music playing or a loud TV show or a loud movie from anywhere in this room, yo, top notch, top level. I got to give it to Apple. They did a good job with that. And even sometimes I was in like a whole nother room in this place and I didn't even have to yell and Siri still heard me over all of the music or the TV show or the movie that was playing. So in regards to that, that feature is definitely better than any voice assistant speaker or device that I've ever used, and probably any that's on the market today. So not gonna lie, Apple got that feature on lock. Now, one of the things that I like about the speaker or tech device is that it is much more than just a speaker for music and movies. So you're able to get the temperature within your home, which is also a cool feature. Now, it also listens for the smoke as well as carbon monoxide alarms. And when they sound off, it's gonna send you guys a notification to your iPhone, iPad, or even your Apple Watch. And again, if you guys are into the home automations, you can have it set to where it's Apple HomePod. Whenever it hears your smoke as well as your carbon monoxide alarm, you can have it automatically pop up your camera feed so that way you can see what's going on at your home whenever those alarms go off. Now, another feature I like, which is something I personally use a lot within my home, is the intercom system. And I felt like with the HomePods, they worked perfectly. I can easily tell someone that might be in another room without having to yell all the way up the steps. I can just ask the speaker to say, hey, you know, broadcast this, whatever, throughout the house, and vice versa, and it just was seamless. It's also Matter compatible as well, which is something we've pretty much seen a lot of these devices these days getting on board with, which is gonna allow your device to be able to be used with other AI services like Alexa as well as Google Assistant. But when it comes to these features, I think if you are big into home automations and these features, you will have a great experience if this is important to you. All right, so let's talk overall. The HomePod Gen 2, I think, is a really good speaker for anybody out there who is fully invested into the Apple ecosystem, because not only do they look good, they also sound really impressive as well. And I think for the price, the sound quality matches as well as lives up to the hype. But when it comes to connectivity and being able to use it outside of Apple TV box, to me, this is where it falls short for me every single time. I think for the price, I should be able to use the speaker with just my TV alone without the need of having to buy another Apple product in order for it to work. Again, I get what Apple is doing. It makes sense. They're getting you to buy this so you can buy another Apple product, which is increasing their margins and increasing their profits for the year. I get it. 100% I understand that. But I just feel like if I want to just buy the speaker by itself and hook it up to my TV or hook it to my laptop or my Mac Mini or my iMac, I should be able to do that and be able to use it as a full standalone speaker, Bluetooth to other Bluetooth enabled devices. But overall, y'all, I gotta say it's still a great sounding speaker with solid microphones on it for listening and just a whole slew of other cool features that I mentioned earlier in this video. So let me know, will you guys still be picking this up, or are you gonna be waiting on my review of alternative options that might actually be better than the HomePod Gen 2? Anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all watching. Hit that like button if you found value in this video. If I helped you in some way, you found it funny, you had a good time, anything like that, go ahead and also subscribe to the channel for more tech review videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Squad. HomePod speakers, I just set them on my desk and they matching all the features. Got them clean and midnight color like the bottom.